seconds. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, good afternoon, and let the record show that all council members are present. And the meeting is called to order. First, we need to approve our minutes from our last meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes as written?
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Moultrie. Do I have a second? Second. Have a second by Mr. Davis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is approval of our agenda for tonight's meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as written?
So moved.
Have a motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Ms. Holland. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? The motion carries. Committee reports, the City Council had an executive session workshop at 4 o'clock to discuss the agenda items. So next on the agenda is our resolution 2023-43, authorizing local matching funds for PATS. If Dante, you'd like to come forward, please, sir, and go over this?
This is the resolution 2023-43 authorizing local match funds. Is our fiscal year 2024 grant application packet will be due on May 1st. So we have to approve the local match funds that the city of Troy, which is the leader of the county in this application, to approve the operations and administrative budget for our PAT system. And this is kind of, we do it yearly, but ALDOT has to have it in early before, so they can make some approval to see if their approval needs are met and go from there. So that's why it's so early for our budget to be started here. And our local match funds is in coincides with City of Troy, Pike County Commission, and the City of Granite.
And this is the 80-20 match, 80% on operational and 20% on administration.
Sorry.
No, vice versa.
I should have told you. The operation budget exactly is 50-50, and admin is 80-20.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
So the overwhelming majority of these costs are paid by the federal government.
Right.
The remaining amount, the $343,000 number that you're looking at, is our local match. Now, the City of Troy does not pay all of that local match. The City of Troy pays about 47% of that local match. Pike County Commission pays 45% of that local match, and the City of Windsor pays just under 8% of that local match. So that's the first resolution is basically to handle the funding. This is an excellent program. Anybody that needs a ride anywhere in Pike County can call. They just got to make plans a day ahead, and we'll get them. And we have a lot of people that are able to work and go places because of this program. And Dante does an excellent job of leading that program, and I appreciate everything he does.
And if it's not correct, the total funding budget for this department is $778,850 with the federal government.
Yes.
With their match is $435,650. So as the mayor said, the federal government's paying most of the money.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks, sir. Any questions for Mr. Frazier? Do I have a motion to accept resolution number 2023-43?
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Moultrie. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Holland. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is resolution 2023-44, transportation program authorizing resolution is dealing with a Title VI. Mr. Frazier, if you'd like to go over this, please.
Yes, sir. Transportation program authorizing resolution basically states that Pike Area Drainage System cannot have any discrimination against or any kind of federal program that the federal program proceeds as far as adding money to, cannot discriminate on any ground of race, religion, of that nature. And that's basically what they said, is that we have to have Title VI listings up on all our vehicles and in our facilities saying that we do not participate in any of that discrimination.
This is something we do every year, correct?
Yes, and this is, you have to have it up for the state comes in periodically to make sure that if they own the vehicles or if they're in your facility.
It's got to be done to qualify for the 5311 program, which is the grant which all this is funded through. So all that federal money we were talking about flows from 5311, and to be eligible for that, the adoption of resolution 2023-44 is necessary.
Do we have any questions, Mr. Frazier?
That's right. You already have the posters and everything ready to put up, or you'll get them once we do this?
Every grant application, they send out new ones.
They're gonna send you some.
Yes, they send them to us once. That whoever's over, like the city of Troy, we approve it. Once we approve it and they approve it, they send them out to you, so you can post.
Because I was wondering, you said we had to have them up. So I'm just saying, after we do this, then we'll get ours, or we have to wait till all the other cities.
Today approved, till we get approved by ALDOT.
After.
ALDOT's approved, they'll send them.
So they won't look for them till then, right? Okay. All right, thanks.
But the ones in the current year are.
It's up-
Yes.
okay.
Yes, that's true.
Any other questions, Mr. Frazier? So do we have a motion for resolution 2023-44?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Holland, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Moultrie, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, council. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Monte.
Next up is resolution 2023-45, the authority to purchase equipment for fire department. Mr. Shaver. Deputy Chief Shaver, I should say.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor, Council. First, I just want to say Chief Stevens was taken away. He's got some Fire Chief Association duties. He's the president of the Fire Chief Association, and he has fire engagements, or he definitely will be here. Today, we're asking permission to buy a new aerial ladder truck for the fire department. The dealership, the bid we got was from Emergency Equipment Professionals. They use an HGAC bid consortium or group, and the price from Emergency Equipment Professionals that total was $1,912,057.
Any questions?
And we're approving this right there, so the process, we'll be on the slot.
That's
Right.
correct. The delivery time for this is over 2 years. That's the best case scenario. So there are several factors that go into this. We're at 20 years on our other ladder, which is about the lifespan of it. So we need to begin to look at planning all of that, which we're in the process of doing. This will be a Pierce truck, which is like the engines that we run, our frontline engines that we run. This will be a 100-foot ladder, so it'll actually be a much better apparatus than we currently have. The one we have now is functional, but this will take us to another level. And the reason that we're trying to get this done before the end of this month is we will lose a place in line, basically, and it will extend to at least 41 months, which probably means at least 40 years. And, you know, there'll be some changes made to the trucks and some different things, so we need to go ahead and get our place in line. This is something that will come out, you know, that we'll end up putting in the budget 2+ years from now. So that's, but this will fit in Station 2. It's got a great short wheelbase. I want to thank Deputy Chief Shaver and Chief Stevens, and I know the battalion chiefs have been involved as well. They worked really hard to research these. We've worked hard to try to find the possibility of maybe getting a used one that was likely used, but there's so much demand out there for them. The moment they pop up, they get snatched up, and we knew we were sort of at the end of the line if we wanted to try to go ahead and get this in a decent amount of time. So the timing will basically double on getting this if we don't go ahead and take action, which is why it's on the agenda tonight. And it's something that we desperately need for our community. It will be good for our ISO rating, and it will be good for our citizens and our fire.
And if anyone would like to see a picture of the vehicle, we have a picture here. Anybody come up after the meeting, we have to show them.
Me and Chief Ham, we went to Mobile, they have a truck just like it, and we spent the day with them on the truck to see it operate and ask them all kind of questions. They really use this truck intensely. The fire chief down there let us ride with them and utilize the truck, and with their most experienced operator to really get the feel of it, make sure it fit our community, because it's such a large investment.
And when was the last time we bought a fire truck?
That one, the last aerial truck was 04. Yes, ma'am.
And I appreciate you mentioning Mobile because they've been really, their fire chief is the vice president of the Alabama Fire Chiefs Association. And he's got a good relationship with Chief Stevens, and they have, Chief Shaver and Chief Ham were both, as Curtis said, they were able to really sort of get into it. And we were fortunate to be able to do that. There's not a lot of places you can do that. So we're very appreciative.
Nothing against us fire chiefs, but we actually got with me. And we walked in the door, they didn't tell who we were, we were just guys from Troy. We, got real, down to earth, nitty gritty. And it was very positive about this apparatus.
They take their job seriously, and they certainly take spending almost $2 million in taxpayer money. Absolutely.
Any other questions for Deputy Chief Shaver? Okay, do we have a resolution, do we have a motion for resolution 2023-45, the authority to purchase equipment for the fire department?
So moved.
Have a motion by Mr. Baker, do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Mr. Davis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carried. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Good job. Thanks.
Next up is resolution number 2023-46. It's a use agreement with the First Baptist Church regarding the use of facilities for recreation of NHL Street Hockey League program. Mr. Smith.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Joining me tonight is Mr. Sevkich. He is a freshman at Charles Henderson High School. And when you look at the programs offered through Troy Parks and Recreation, whether it be soccer, flag football, volleyball, tennis, pickleball, all those sports that I just mentioned to you are available now because someone suggested those sports. And anytime someone comes to us and suggests a sport, we look into it and try to make it happen. Seth contacted me and we talked about NHL street hockey. Now, I'm going to let Seth tell y'all in a moment what street hockey is and what all it will entail for what we're going to offer here in Troy. And I'm very excited about it. The Alabama Recreation Park Association is the association that Troy Parks and Recreation is a member of. All of the recreation departments in Alabama are members of ARPA. And coincidentally, about 2 or 3 weeks after Seth approached me about the opportunity of possibly offering street hockey, ARPA signed an agreement with RCX Sports, a national firm, to promote Major League Baseball pitch hit and run throughout Alabama, NFL flag football throughout Alabama, and also NHL street hockey, which is new and something we had not thought of, but we believe, as I say, our unofficial motto is that everybody does not play baseball and softball. Troy has wonderful youth athletic programs, including baseball and softball. But we want to offer a lot of opportunities for all of the children of all ages, and we believe this will be something that a number of boys and girls will participate in, and hopefully it will grow. And the reason we're here tonight is that the gymnasium of Recreation Center, we would play on Saturday mornings. And ideally, we'll play at the Recreation Center and practice at the Recreation Center as much as possible. But there are times that our gymnasium on Saturday mornings is not available. I know there's going to be 2 Saturdays consecutive coming up in the possibly early spring or early fall, depending on some factors, that we're going to have to shut down the gym for resurfacing. We also have special events. We also have seasonal sports such as volleyball and basketball that practices and plays on Saturday mornings. So all that being said, Seth talked to the administration of First Baptist Church, and they were very receptive to the potential of our hockey league playing at the First Baptist Church gymnasium. And we have an agreement that is provided for First Baptist Church and the city of Troy to consider tonight. And ideally, we'll play at the Recreation Center and practice there as much as possible, but also we're thankful that First Baptist Church is offering their facility as a secondary facility. And Seth, again, I know it raises a lot of questions. What exactly is street hockey? Do you play rollerblades and such? Or tell everybody a little bit about street hockey.
Street hockey, it's a lot like ice hockey. You don't use any rollerblades or ice skates, you just run with your feet. You play with like a small plastic ball. There's no like contact or hitting or anything like that. It's way less violent than a lot of people expect.
That was one of the questions I asked.
Everybody gets to keep their teeth.
Yes. I mean, I just really like hockey a lot. When I was younger, I used to watch a lot of hockey. But then we kind of moved to Troy, there was a lot less of it. And recently we went to go watch one up in Nashville, and I just loved it. And I just thought it would be a really cool idea to try to start this in Troy.
So it includes a hockey stick and foot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you don't think it's gonna be, we're gonna see if we can lessen the contact, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, I know about street hockey, and so, yeah, but, I'm glad that you're interested in seeing it be a demand, if there is a demand for it. And, extra happy that, we have a second place to do street hockey. Because I know that's why they call it street hockey, because they used to do it in the streets. When we were on the block, we used to do street hockey. Because I used to live in New York, so I know about street hockey, so, yeah, they contact. But we want to make sure it's just, a little safer, is what you're talking about. Okay, I'm glad to hear it.
And Seth, I'd like to say too, congratulations on taking the initiative to do this. And a young person stepping out to do it, took a lot of courage to do something like this also.
Thank you.
I will say that Seth is mature beyond his years.
Yeah. You said when you were young, I said young. Okay.
Now, Seth, you're a Boy Scout also, are you an Eagle Scout yet? Or
I'm not an Eagle Scout yet, but I'm close. I'm getting there.
I knew you were working.
It'll be a matter of time.
Well, I hear from a lot of people of all ages, you know what we should have, or Troy should have, or somebody should do this or that. So thank you for you being the one. You had an idea and you found the right person, and he certainly is the right person because, as you said, Dan, I know there's been several other ideas that over the years of people that have come to you with things. So thank you for taking this seriously and doing your due diligence to research it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thanks, Seth, for being a leader.
So you have been practicing in the yard already.
A little bit in the driveway.
He's a neighbor, so I know. Okay, any other questions?
I think Sharon answered.
I'm sorry.
I was just thinking how wonderful it is for First Baptist, just a little bit to them, because they support a lot of things in the community and open their doors to a lot of organizations to have a safe place to come and congregate. And I do want them to know we appreciate that. And Seth, you are an amazing young man because it took guts to reach out to the department head. You didn't start at the bottom, you went straight to the top. And that's how you do things. I agree. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Well, do we have a motion to approve Resolution 2023-46, a use agreement with First Baptist Church? Have a motion by Mr. Baker, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Davis, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you.
Good night.
Congratulations.
Okay, next up on the agenda is our appointments, and we have one appointment tonight, and I'm going to let Mr. Baker take care of it.
Sure. So it is District's fourth time, our year to, my year, I guess I should say, to make an appointment to Troy City Schools Board of Education. Jonathan Seelan has been serving in that position, and his term is coming to an end, and I would like to nominate to my colleagues that we reappoint him to continue serving on the Board of Education.
Do we take that as a motion, Ms. Baker, for his appointment?
Yes.
Do we have a second? Second. We have a second by Mr. Davis. All in favor say aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Congratulations. Next up on the agenda is mayor's comments. Mayor?
Good meeting. Thank y'all for everything we took care of tonight. Everything, is good when you have a positive meeting. Doing what we do with Pat's, obviously taking care of the fire department and their needs. And then Mr. Hitchcock's comments, I think that's all that's great. One of the, there will be, WSFA will be in town tomorrow. I don't know if you know, they've been doing spotlights on different communities in the area, and they'll be spotlighting ours tomorrow all day. We're appreciative of that, as they normally do this not long before Troy Fest, which is this weekend. There are so many people that work so hard to make that happen. A lot of our city employees are very involved, but certainly couldn't be done without Rob and Morgan Drinker, who shared the event for the volunteers. And so to all of the volunteers and the city employees who will be working very hard this weekend, we're very thankful for that. It is it's really one of the times when we have the opportunity to really put our best foot forward. So I hope everyone will come out and enjoy the time at Troy Fest, and we're looking forward to that. And certainly very grateful for everything that y'all do for us. I would like to say that there are a couple of things that we'll look at in the next meeting. I got an update from Rainer Cotter, who was working on our policies and procedures manual, and he confirmed to me that it would be done by April the 30th, which is the deadline that he and I had discussed. So that will be available. Also, we have had a study done by Jackson Thornton on our water, electric, and sewer system, and the cost and information of those. They'll be at our next city council meeting, at our committee meeting, to go over some of that with y'all, and we'll also get some information on the questions that y'all have asked related to the moratorium. Also, we have the opportunity to again apply for the Safe Streets grant, and we'll begin to get that paperwork together, and hopefully have it without heard from Rod from Auburn University, who y'all all know and have met. We got some feedback. We think we were very competitive last time, and and feel good about hopefully getting it this time. So those are some things to look forward to in the coming weeks. And just again, very grateful for all that all of you do. And would say very appreciative of Mr. Sealand and his willingness to serve on the Board of Education. And, unless there are other questions,
Have any questions for the mayor? If not, next up is council members' comment.
I just want to say thank you to all of our city workers and our department heads that service our community and keep it beautiful and safe as it is. I am looking forward to attending the Troy Fest this weekend, so if not doing anything, it's wise to come out, enjoy some of the good food, and maybe even visit some of our venues downtown. Beyond that, thank you.
Mr. Davis.
I have to echo what Councilwoman said there about the Spring Fest this weekend. This is good. This is going to be extremely positive and a great activity for our community. I'd also just like to say that during the month of May, Troy University Alumni Association is holding their kicking off their annual membership drive, and they host a lot of events during the course of the year for our community. And those of you that might be university graduates and would like to participate with the Alumni Association, would love to have you involved during the month of May.
Thanks, sir. Ms. Baker.
I think Troy Fest is probably one of my favorite weekends. Well, I don't think it is. And from what I understand, I think I heard an interview that Morgan gave earlier this week that said it was the 20th year, which is amazing. So it's been really fun to see the history of that festival and how it's grown. And it does, I mean, it takes an army of volunteers, but also city personnel that's working and doing jobs and working hours that beyond what they typically do. So thank you, Mayor, and your leadership for providing those resources and services so that we can all enjoy this as a community. So I hope to see y'all on the square this weekend.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. And yes, I was too excited about shopping this weekend. April does conclude, this week does conclude the special cleanup month for District 4. And I did talk with Mr. Tuck earlier today, and he said that understanding that April concludes really through the weekend, so he's going to give us one last weekend to clean out, so when we're not at Troy Fest, clean out and get those things to the curb, but we do need to call through and one this week to schedule a Monday pickup, but that's Monday's it. So call through and one, get it scheduled.
Thank you.
And
Ms.
so-
Bowman.
And so to piggyback off Stephanie, then May 1st starts District 5 cleanup. And so the same number should be utilized, and let's do some spring cleaning, and let's get rid of all of those things that we're not using. If we can't give them to somebody that's in need of them, then let's just get rid of them, because I'm gonna speak on my man. I know I got some clutter, and so we just need to be more mindful. If it's some things that we can get to people, let's give them to them. If not, let's utilize the month of May, District 5, to clean up. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And with that, we'll have a motion to adjourn.
Somebody called.
I'm set up.
Okay.
Whatever.